Hello everyone, I'm Bishi, and today we're playing some more Ace Attorney. Some more Apollo Justice. Yep. I was just waiting. Just waiting for it to happen. Thanks so much for resubscribing, Peace Man, and letting us view the butt slap. Thanks for subscribing to Tier 3 for 46 months! Good news! Today, I posted about it in Discord. One of our chickens, our new chickens, finally laid an egg. Today was her first egg. It was Donut, which is our little black and white spotted chicken. And she had a tiny little brown little egg. I think it's just small because she's still growing. But it was so cute. Little brown egg. It's gonna take time for all of them to lay because they're all different ages. Some of them are really young, so we'll have to wait until we have a whole bushel basket of eggs, but it'll be soon. In the next few months we'll be overloaded with eggs. I can't wait. I have so many recipes in mind. I did promise Ace Attorney today, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna switch over here. So I think we were just about to start the new, like, not the new chapter, but like the new trial. We had it to be continued last time, so I'm just in the menu right now. Turn this up. All right, I got my notes. I think. I guess let me read it now before we hop into the. It's probably gonna play a little cutscene or something. Let's see. So we've got. Oh God, you know what? I'll just read it when we get in. That's too much typing. Too much reading, too many words and letters. I'm sick of it. Let's just play the game. Good luck to me. Good luck to me. Yeah, yep. That's me. I'm a yapper. All right, let's hop in. Time to use my brain. Oh, God. It's not looking good for me. April 8th, 9:15 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. I forgot it was 3D. I was like, oh. What? What is this? Anyway. You okay, Athena? You've been really antsy ever since we got here. I'm just excited. This is my first real court case after all. Yeah, real ball of excitement she is. I know just what she needs. Athena! Ah! Didn't you ever learn about indoor and outdoor voices? I'm just trying to show you the best way to relieve your pre-trial jitters. What, by scaring the shit out of her? By scaring the daylights out of me? Or you could say it that way. No, I find that shouting, "I'm fine," in a loud voice really relieves stress. It's part of my Cords of Steel voice workout, and a must before every trial. You want me to shout? Here? That's right. Here, I'll go first, then you try. I'm Apollo Justice and I'm fine! Alright, I'm Athena Sykes, and I'm fine! I think that actually worked. I thought it might help. Always works for me. An old friend of mine from junior high and I say it all the time. I see. A proven remedy to calm the soul. I like it. Hey, how about we finish off with a race around the courthouse? The point is to relieve stress, not get totally exhausted. Oh. Hey, Daddy. Oh my God. Hey. Hey. Hey, guy. Hey, man. What's up? Hey, what's up? He looks so much better. He looks fine in 3D. He looks fine. Look at him. The little creases under his eye just adds flavor. It's just a little flavor on top, you know? Ooh, I want ice cream. I have ice cream sandwiches right now. Now I want one. Thanks. I don't like eating on stream, so now I have to wait 4 hours. Oh, hey, King. Look at my lawyer, man. Wait a second. Wait a second. Damn! What's with all the racket, you two? Oh, Mr. Wright. Just a little voice workout. Hey, what's with the suit? Oh, this? I was thinking about getting my attorney's badge back, that's all. Oh yeah, he doesn't have the cookie! That's all? That's huge news! But why now? I have a feeling I'll be needed in the courtroom again sometime soon. But we can talk about that another time. No fair. Inquiring minds want to know. But wow. Oh my god. Hobo Nick! I'm so used to him in his usual laid-back clothes. That suit makes him look like $1 million. By the way, have you heard about the prosecutor assigned to this case? Yeah, he's serving time, but before that, he was a prosecutor. He also uses psychology? Oh, yes, I forgot about this. That's right. I've heard the rumors about how he was back before his conviction. Using the power of suggestion, he could make even the most stalwart defendants confess. Psychology in the courtroom. Been hearing a lot about that lately. So, he must be a pretty scary guy, considering he's a prison inmate and all. So they say. They also say he'll cut you down if you talk too much. Ugh, I knew he was gonna be bad news. It's probably just hyperbole. At least, I hope for your sake. Wait, so is it true or not? Let's just say, you should be concise and choose your words carefully. If you'd like to keep that head of yours attached to the rest of your body, that is. Yikes! Better tone down my cords of steel, too. So, are you all ready? It might be a good idea to check the court record again before stepping into the ring. Yeah, I guess so. I'm honestly not the biggest fan of the 3D person. Oh, me either. Me either. It's alright. Like, it looks okay sometimes. And then sometimes when they do weird faces, it doesn't look good. But I know this is the first time they had the 3D in the series, so... And you know, eventually we get Chronicles, which the 3D was very nice looking, so... We all gotta start somewhere, right? Half lurking, because I've finally started working on a little wooden model I got during the early pandemic and abandoned till now. Picking up old hobbies that we've abandoned. Sounds amazing. I appreciate the lurk. Enjoy. Hope it goes well. Phoenix's hair even looks better, not stupidly stuck out. Right. He looks good. He looks good. I think the London game, yeah, Chronicles, was 3D too, yes. But something about this one messes with me. Yeah, this was the first time they ever had the 3D in the series, so it's like in the infancy stage, you know, so I don't know why I did that. What is that? I wish you luck, thank you. Back with ice cream, would you like some? Yes. What kind? What kind is it? All right. I'm gonna read my notes, and we're gonna look at the court record. Give my brain cell the best shot it's got. So, character we've got is Jinxie, and she's Trusty's friend and daughter of the accused, who is Damien. Yeah, he's this guy, the mayor of Tenma Town. Yeah, we've got like the yokai theme with this one. The victim is Rex QB, alderman. This guy, the alderman of the town. He's a retired pro wrestler. His secret identity is the Amazing Ninetales, right? Let's see, the crime scene, there was a partition on the left side. There was a green bloody cloth stuck under Alderman's chair, which I pointed out was very important. The murder weapon is a spear with the accused's fingerprints on it. So Damien has fingerprints on the murder weapon. Forbidden chamber door was shut tight during the crime. There is a vent that goes into it and to the hallway. I remember that. There was golden fur in the side window, which is probably how the mask ended up on the shore or something like that. Yeah, the Amazing Ninetales wrestler had gold fur on the mask and the cape. The wrestler's mask washed up on the river and had white hair stuck inside, which is why we know He's the guy. The vent is 9 feet above the ground. I wrote down everything. Chamber was locked. Daughter had the only key. Victim had a master key for all the rooms but went missing after his death. Timing of daughter's discovery is important. Jinxie saw Tenmataro, the bird demon, running from the crime scene down the stairs to the foyer. Probably the murderer in a costume, which I think the murderer is this guy. When Tenma ran past, he made a jingly sound, probably from a staff he was carrying, but Tenma doesn't usually hold a staff. Which is seen in the scroll here. Okay. LaBelle, who I think is the murderer, told Jinxie not to tell anyone that she saw Tenma because of superstitions. Rumors that accused wanted to merge the two villages to release Tenma. Accused says he was blackmailed to try to do the merger. Someone sent a letter threatening his daughter that she would die if he didn't do the merge. And maybe the blackmailer is the killer. So I'm thinking that LaBelle blackmailed, even though LaBelle is the aide of the victim. You know, it's a whole thing. The blackmail letter went missing after the murder. Must have stolen it out of the accused's briefcase. Murder motive is get rid of the fox wrestler because he opposed the merge, so he was in the way. Okay. All right. And then, of course, we've got the scroll. Tenmataro warding charm that Jinxie gave me when I set out for the scene of the crime. We've got the flower. Only found in the Nine Tails village. It boosts Jinxie's courage. It was her mother's favorite. There's a newspaper with a photo of Tenmataro soaring through the air. Yeah, someone saw Tenmataro flying. I don't know how to explain this one quite yet. This is the scene of the crime with the air duct. And then there was a security camera. And then I think the caretaker's in on it. There's a statue with blood. Right. And then this is a picture of the crime scene. There's that green cloth in the corner. There's the mask. Here's the amazing Ninetales. He sparked the monster craze and saved Ninetales Vale from becoming a ghost town. Right. I think that's going to be important. And then Jinxie's eyewitness account of the demon in the hallway near the crime scene says it was... She says it fled the foyer. Couldn't call for help because there was no one else there. TV program guy, the afternoon wrestling match was a total disaster. And then this is like the Twilight reference. All right, I've gone over it all. I don't know if that will help me, but let's go. Right, Mr. Wright. But I'm fine. I'll be watching from the gallery. Good luck. Thanks. Okay, let's do this. The odds of pulling this off are ridiculously low. That's nothing new. Believe in our client. Seek the truth. That's all we can do. Hang in there, Mayor Tenma. Here comes justice. It's like how RGG was with their Dragon engine. In Kiwami 2, the engine worked pretty well, but in Y6, it was yikes. Right. Yeah. They gotta start somewhere. Well, the ice cream is vanilla bean with chocolate chips. Oh, that sounds good. They're gonna quiz you on on one exact detail you didn't know. Yes. Yeah. But that's why I do it so specifically. Like, oh, the what was it? 8 or 9 feet. The vent being 9 feet above the ground. I'm like, okay, why are you saying a specific number? I'm gonna write that down because the notes are not gonna say that in the game. I'm gonna have to have that written down. You know what I mean? Oh my god. I remember there was a moment, I think in the original trilogy, where they asked you, like, you had to remember that number. And what color was the vent? Oh, great. No, exactly. Exactly. Okay. April 18th, 9:30 a.m. District Court, Court number 4. We love these games, but they also test us every day. All right. Day 1. This little dramatic intro for the trials. Court is now in session for the trial of Damien Tenma. Apollo Justice, defense team leader, is ready, Your Honor. I'd know that big booming voice anywhere. As chipper as ever, eh, Mr. Justice? But who is the young lady next to you? I'm Athena Sykes, Mr. Justice's junior partner and fresh out of law school. Well now, full of beans too, eh? Full of beans. Excellent. Makes an old man feel young again. Now for the prosecution. Oh. Appears the prosecution's not ready yet. He just fled. They let him out of jail and he's like, oh, I'm not sticking around. What do you mean? I'm out of here. Never fear, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. Oh my god. Never fear, chat, for I shall explain. It's just a minor procedural complication, Your Honor. The prosecutor for this case is being escorted from prison as we speak. Why is he not already here? Prison? Oh, yes, of course. I almost forgot that he's currently serving time. Like how is this allowed? How is this allowed? Anime.
Yup, Prosecutor Blackwill's an inmate.
Is this a flashback or is this happening right now? Yep, he's an inmate, and then he just kills them.
But even a convicted murderer
Flashback.
still got a job to do and duties to perform.
I think I've seen this character before. Yeah, are we short on prosecutors? Like, why are we pulling guys out of prison for this? I've totally seen this dude before. See, I've seen some of the Dual Destinies characters around. I didn't know he had a ponytail, though. So dramatic. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Who's that with his back to us over there? That's him. I'm sure of it. Prosecutor Blackquill. Is the prosecution ready? Oh, Quill. Yeah, because you have a feather. Okay. Yeah. Enough jabbering. Get on with it already. Of course! Forgive me! Ugh, why are all the people related to this case so scary? Very well, Prosecutor Blackquill. Your opening statement, please. Ah! What's the matter? The chains! Must we continue to fritter away time like this? It is all right there in the indictment. An opening statement would be pointless. Pointless? Oh, well, I guess so. Looks like the cat, or in this case the prosecutor, has the judge's tongue. But we need an opening statement as an overview of the case at hand. Well then, your baldness. If it's so important, why don't you do the honors? Like, really, why is he here? Who? Me? There's a term for people who whine and fuss about how they need silly, useless things. And then decide they no longer want them once it's theirs. A selfish old fool. Huh? Huh? Wait. Wait, was that the prosecution's opening statement? Old dotards such as you are a plague upon the young. I pity your poor grandchildren. Or is it great-grandchildren? All these years, I thought the opening statement was the prosecutor's job. But I suppose I could give it a try. Might be a nice change of pace. What? He actually fell for that? That must have been the power of suggestion Mr. Wright was talking about. He's just intimidating people. He just insults you until you do what he wants. Can he be held in contempt of court? If the judge could even think! He's already in prison. He's got nothing to lose. Like, why? I have to stop asking why, because this game just loves to frustrate me. The opening statement, huh? Let's see here. The victim was one Rex QB, alderman of Ninetailsvale, and the defendant, Damien Tenma, mayor of Tenma Town, is accused of his murder.
And why, pray tell, was the mayor arrested?
His prints were on the murder weapon? Plus, he had a motive, the elimination of the biggest roadblock to the municipal merger. The caretaker and the secretary, other potential suspects, both have alibis. And his daughter, who was also in the vicinity at the time of the incident, has no motive.
So, in a nutshell,
I'd have to say the charges against the defendant are incontrovertible.
bravo your baldness. Your years of experience shine bright like your head.
Oh, flattery will get you everywhere. Huh?
He's playing Simon Says with the judge.
Moving right along, let's hear from our first witness for today, Detective Fulbright.
Throw him in double prison.
Throw him in the basement of the prison. Witness, please state your name and occupation.
I am the detective assigned to this case, Bobby Fulbright.
He's like the complete polar opposite of Black Quill.
Oh, and I'll also be keeping tabs on old Black Quill here.
I also heard you would provide protection if it ever came to that. Well.
It would seem that I have been sorely underestimated.
Wait, who's protecting who from what?
Still, I truly believe anyone can turn their life around. Even old Black Quill here.
He looks like he has veneers, just like... Oh my god. Not even veneers, he's just wearing a white mouth guard. Oh, I think all their teeth look like that, but his in particular.
Fulbright. Save your platitudes for funerals. Get on with your statement.
That's the spirit! Justice must be swift and true. I see it in your eyes. There is hope for your rehabilitation, if I can speak, and return to society.
I will never give up on you.
Prosecutor Blackquill doesn't seem to intimidate Detective Fulbright. Well, you know what they say, ignorance is bliss. Oh, so that's why Detective Fulbright was assigned to Blackquill. He's so oblivious. Now, let's have your first statement, Detective Fulbright.
You got it. But first, I'd like to say to the defense that justice will ultimately prevail. About the murder. Alderman QB was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall. The fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon. At the time, Alderman QB was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested.
This face is so funny to me.
Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back.
Oh, I don't know about that. Wait, do we have an autopsy? Oh, we don't have an autopsy. I have to know if he died instantly or not. I mean, that's a lot of blood. I don't know if he would have had the strength to do that.
Alderman QB had been slipped some kind of sleep-inducing drug? That's right. The accused was scared because the alderman was a former pro wrestler. So he slipped him a drug to make sure he'd be out cold and defenseless. Didn't Damien also have some kind of drug? Here's the autopsy report to prove it.
Oh, well, thank you very much.
Cause of death, stabbed with a spear. Estimated time of death around 3:20 p.m. The victim had been in a drug-induced slumber.
Well, then how did he wake up? You're saying the pain woke him up? He was a wrestler. Okay, let's look at this. Oh, I can't, like, read anymore. Okay. 3:20, huh? I think 3:20 is probably going to be an important detail. Do I have a time anywhere else? I don't think so. I don't remember writing down a time. Alright, we'll just figure it out when we get there. Okay. and the victim managed to attack his attacker despite being impaled by a spear? That sounds almost superhuman. Is it even possible? Well, he was a former pro wrestler after all. That spear was probably nothing more than a mosquito bite to him. Well, he did die. So I wouldn't say it was a mosquito bite. Not so fast. Don't try to brush it all off by saying the alderman had been a pro wrestler. Do you really expect us to believe he could fight back after being skewered by a spear? Never heard of the incredible feats of which man is capable of in a pinch, have you? Like the samurai of yore, wrestlers can battle through intense pain. It sharpens their senses. I used to talk about it with a former wrestler I met in the clink. I don't know. It still sounds a little far-fetched. Does it now? Then perhaps we should test the theory on you with the edge of my blade. You don't have a blade! I didn't sign up for this. His face. Yeah, you don't have a blade? And so your life is spared. For now. Hey, Mr. Edgelord. If only I had my katana at my side! You'd be mincemeat! Okay. You can die from mosquito bites. Okay. If we want to get into it, sure. But come on. Come on, Wolf. Your internet went out the same time the stream did? Well. I mean, I guess that kind of works out, right? You didn't miss anything. Yeah, we had a little introduction for this guy. It looked like he was in prison for killing someone with a katana. I'm not sure. It was a little like, ooh, there's a knife with blood on it, and there's a blood pool on the ground, but it didn't show anything specific. I know his face. Please let those shackles be made of titanium. I don't want to die. Ha-ha! My investigations are as thorough as they are foolproof, or my name isn't Fulbright. I vow to resign immediately if I ever make a false arrest. The accused prints were on the weapon, and he's the one person without an alibi. Quite decisive evidence. Wouldn't you agree, your baldness? The defendant is sounding guiltier by the minute. He has the judge leaning toward a guilty verdict, and the trial's just barely begun. What's more, a curious rumor about the accused is making the rounds. They say he seeks the merger for the purpose of freeing Tenma Taro from his imprisonment. We knew that. Truth be told, I can think of no real reason to show interest in that backwards burg. Perhaps he's a complete nutter and really does seek to release an imaginary demon. Either way. He is raving mad, and more than capable of murdering the alderman. That mayor's a strange one, all right. I heard he went to a blood drive, but instead of donating, he tried to make a withdrawal. What is he, a vampire? Order! There will be no gossiping in my court. Yeah, a rumor is not proof. Your baldness. Please take a gander at those charms plastered across his cranium. I hear they're meant to keep him safe from possession by the demon Tenma Taro. Then again... perhaps he's already under the demon's spell. Behold! The lunatic appears poised to lunge at you at any moment. Eep! Hold it! The rumors and quirks of Mayor Tenma have no relevance to this case. Besides, those charms on his head, they're just a fashion statement, I think. Come to think of it, such things don't seem relevant to the case, do they? Did it cut out right as she said hold it? We truly held it. It's been held. Keep holding it, chat! Keep holding it! Y'all gotta get some ropes and just, like, hold on to the stream. And hold it together, okay? Everybody, teamwork. Grab something and just hold on to it. Oh my god. Anyways. The The prosecution will refrain from dragging our client's reputation through the mud.
Oh, what a dreadfully fearsome lass we have here.
Phew, thanks for that lifeline, Athena. Careful, Apollo. He has the judge dancing in the palm of his hand. The power of suggestion is one of the more powerful tools in Simon Blackwell's arsenal. He's trying to manipulate everyone's impressions to suit his objectives.
This guy really is bad news.
In any case, it seems the victim did manage to defend himself despite being impaled. What sort of weapon did he use against his attacker?
None other than this statue right here.
It appears to be a statue of two strange creatures locked in battle.
2 yokai, to be exact. On one side is the nine-tailed fox, and on the other, Tenmataro. Quite interesting, if you think about it. It's as though this very case were rendered in art.
Fox and Demon statue updated. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor. The mayor's blood was found on it, but no prints could be lifted. Locked in battle, sure. I knew someone was going to say something about that. Mr. Justice, you may proceed with your cross-examination. Thanks. He's just so happy. He was murdered with a spear that had been on the wall.
Hold it!
Hold it! What wall specifically? So those weapons on the wall of the Fox Chamber, I presume those are real. Don't you think keeping real weapons around like that is rather dangerous? No matter what he collected, the alderman insisted it be the real deal. For instance, he had a real demon's club in his possession. Apparently, one of his ancestors claimed it after defeating a demon in battle. What? That's gotta be an old wives' tale. His face! Ha! The alderman had pure, unadulterated justice flowing in his veins. Whatever he did it right! We've lost a real champion of justice in his death! Nothing but claptrap and balderdash, if you ask me. Now stop your bleeding and tell us about the weapon. Your wish is my command! Fingerprints of the defendant, Damien Tenma, were found on the murder weapon.
Hold it!
It doesn't make sense if you think about it. Prints could be easily wiped off. You do have a point there. I'd venture to say he did not wipe off the prints because he could not. He was passed out. What do you mean? Looks like he wants you to figure it out. Well, don't just stand there. Show him who's boss. I'm totally lost. So why don't you just tell me the answer already? I don't think he saw that plea for help. Feeling all right, kid? Running a fever, perhaps? I wish trials came with a reset button. Well, You don't say. Well, the specifics may yet come to light. Please proceed, Detective Fulbright. At the time, Alderman QB was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested.
Hold it!
Come to think of it, a coffee cup was found on the floor. Was the sedative in his coffee? Bingo! We found traces of a sleeping agent all over the inside of the cup. And that is why he was out cold. That is, until he leapt to his feet upon being impaled by the mayor. What an awful way to wake up. A rather stimulating eye-opener, if you ask me. I, too, would have risen to the attack, for to die in battle is the samurai way. Paradise awaits fallen heroes, but that hole in his stomach would make eating a challenge. Prosecutor Blackquill, please! Those morbid jokes of yours have no place in this court. Says the jester in detective's guise. Moving right along. You can't faze this man. Mayor Tenma attacked his helpless victim, impaling him like a human shish kebab.
Hold it!
So the alderman was drugged because he was really strong? Did you see those rock-hard muscles of his? I'm surprised the spear even managed to pierce that armor-like musculature. I admit, I'm completely jealous of that righteous body of his. Well, he did look pretty buff, even in that suit he had on. Quite a difference when compared with a yellow belly like you. Okay, the insults are
necessary. Yellow belly? Who even says that anymore?
Yeah, and the color's all wrong, too. Ooh, I know. How about a squishy red tomato?
I move to strike both your comments from the record. Mr. Justice's character is not the issue here. Now let's get back to what happened after the far more muscular alderman was impaled. Far more muscular? Yes, well, your average person would likely have died on the spot. But the sudden pain jolted the victim awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back.
Hold it!
Well, why are there no fingerprints? It's completely fingerprintless. Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled with that huge spear? You know what they should have said? Could he really have attacked his attacker after being impaled by his impaler? I think that would have been better. Absolutely! After all, he was once a pro wrestler. The injustice of being drugged, then speared, was answered with a righteous counterattack. But does being a former pro wrestler make him superhuman? Absolutely! After all, he was one of the good guys, like a superhero on the side of justice. Even though he was retired, he could still don his superhero guise in times of need.
Objection!
You need to lay off the comic books, detective. We're talking about real life here. This isn't a game. Setting aside the half-wit's flights of fancy, the fact is this. The court-ordered post-mortem concluded the victim moved after his skewering. So he found the strength somehow to attack his attacker, huh?
Detective Fulbright's testimony sounds airtight. No wonder he's so confident.
No, he only thinks it's airtight. It's up to us to poke some holes in it. That part about the alderman fighting back sounds like a big hole waiting to be poked. Okay, maybe it's the fingerprints? Okay, he was murdered with a spear. I think that's right. The fingerprints were found on the murder weapon. Well, we don't have the murder weapon, do we? We just have this, so that's fine. He was asleep from a drug he unwittingly ingested. I guess that's right. We have nothing to the contrary. I don't think. Mayor Tenma attacked his victim, impaling him like a shish kebab. The sudden pain jolted him awake, and he grabbed a statue and struck back. The mayor's blood is on it, but no prints. I'm gonna go with showing the statue, because it doesn't have any fingerprints. It doesn't make any sense. It would have to be cleaned or something. Thank you for thank you for the clip, man.
Objection!
Yeah. That's it. Did the alderman really strike the mayor? What? Are you questioning my sense of justice? Your so-called justice needs to find itself a pair of legs to stand on. You claim the alderman struck back after the mayor put a spear through him. But the statue he supposedly used to defend himself creates a major hole in your theory. It would appear the defense has a counter-argument. Very well, let's hear what the defense thinks is odd about the detective's statue theory. QB fought unarmed. There are no fingerprints. It's not broken. The fingerprints. There are no fingerprints on this supposedly crucial piece of evidence. And if you look at the crime scene photo, you'll notice that the alderman isn't wearing gloves. Right. Yes, I believe he's quite gloveless indeed. I didn't even think to check that. If he touched the statue with his bare hands, he should have left some prints. Detective Fulbright, you did take that into account during your investigation, didn't you? No! This can't be happening! Did I arrest the wrong man? Instantly questioning himself.
You did it, Apollo. You knocked Detective Fulbright off his high horse.
Well, it's just 1 point in our favor.
Who do you suppose clubbed the mayor if it wasn't the alderman?
Well, if it wasn't the alderman, that means someone else must have clubbed the mayor.
You mean there was a third party there in the Fox Chamber?
Exactly. And this could be the big break we've been looking for. There does seem to be a hole in the prosecution's argument. Prosecutor Blackquill, would you care to respond to the defense's assertion? The least you could do is look at me while being dismissive. Your mind is as dull as an unhoned blade, Justice Dono. Justice Dono? He's been watching too many samurai flicks. It will take far more than that to cut down Simon Blackquill. A whelp such as you has no hope against my superior swordsmanship. This is a trial, not a sword fight, Prosecutor Blackquill. There's a perfectly good explanation for the lack of prints on the statue. You might recall that blood-stained cloth found at the scene of the crime. Well, it just so happens that the blood was the mayor's. So, what are you getting at? Hone your mind, boy. Why was there blood on that cloth? Solve that riddle, and you shall see that the hole you thought you found is but an illusion. Now let's see. How was that cloth used? Was it used by QB as a head covering, to wipe up the blood, to wrap the statue? I guess to wrap the statue. But why would he bother doing that in the heat of the moment? That makes no sense. I know that's what he's getting at, but like, why would someone who's been impaled do that? That makes no sense. To wrap the statue. Maybe the alderman wrapped the statue in the cloth. In short, he wasn't touching the statue directly when he used it to strike back at the mayor. Ah! That's what you're trying to say. Precisely. Bully for you, boy. It was nothing. Apollo, don't let him start manipulating you too. You just closed the hole for the prosecution. I did? I did! Right. That a statue wrapped in cloth would leave no fingerprints is as plain as day. But this also proves there are no holes in our theory of the alderman striking back. Oops. Well, are there fingerprints on the cloth? Okay, Fox and Demon statue updated. The weapon used to bludgeon the mayor, wrapped in a large cloth. Now do you see how dull your mind is? Now! I don't! Oh my god. Chat. Chat, I just got the shit scared out of me. I have a box on the side of my room with a couple of, like, wig heads with wigs on them, and they just fell over unprompted just now. And one of them fell over, tilted askew, with its face facing me. Right, it's looking at me right now. Why did that happen while I'm in here right at this very second? Excuse me. Excuse me. And I was just watching videos about ghosts today. I mean, they were kind of like gingerly balanced on these boxes, so... But that did startle me a little bit. My god, I'll fix it later. It's actually my Edgeworth wig. The wig head's staring at me. It's like, cosplay Ace Attorney. We still gotta make those costumes. Anyway. Okay. Alright, this is new, this is new. So we have this new picture. So we have the cloth. Okay, so it was like wrapped fully, I guess, and then whack. Statue has traces of blood from the defendant on it. It was apparently wrapped in a large cloth on which the defendant's blood was found. No fingerprints could be lifted from the cloth. It's Edgeworth talking shit, yeah. It's like, why aren't you playing my game? I'll make sure to sharpen it next time. A particularly frightening inmate once told me that he always tenderly honed his blades before he went to work, like the samurai of yore. Samurai? Sounds more like a homicidal maniac to me! Actually, He was working in the prison kitchen at the time. Wait, so the inmate was a murdering samurai prison chef? It would seem that the victim and his killer were the only ones there after all. I was kind of attached to that hole. Now what? Huh? Hello, I just thought of something. If they didn't find anyone's fingerprints on the statue, who's to say someone other than the alderman didn't hit the mayor with it? Why didn't I think of that? Anybody could have not left prints on it. Then who, pray tell, struck the mayor with the statue? Please, illuminate us with your wisdom, young lady. There's only one answer. The real killer. Prove the existence of this real killer, then. What evidence have you? Do I need to have it right now? Do I need to have it, like, right now? Thank you for the clip. Thank you for adding that quote. I was kind of attached to that hole. About 8:34. What evidence do you have? What evidence of that hole do you have in your possession? Oh, I'll give you evidence, all right. Athena, are you sure about this? To borrow your words, Apollo, I'm fine. Take a look at this. Black feathers and tracks, allegedly from a yokai, were found at the scene. I believe they're from the third party who struck the mayor with the statue. Yeah, I think he was in the costume when he hit him. Is the defense actually suggesting some sort of monster killed that alderman? That's exactly what I'm suggesting.
Objection!
No, Athena. You just lost what little credibility we had left. Ah! Sorry. Guess I got carried away. Mr. Justice, we've no time to deal with objections between members of the defense. Sorry, Your Honor. It's just, this kid's still, well, a kid. Ouch. You meanie? I'm reporting this to Mr. Wright. So, is this court to believe the feathers and tracks are from a yokai, as you put it? No, Your Honor. I believe they're a fabrication. The real killer wants us to believe some sort of monster murdered the alderman. Interesting. And why do you suppose the killer would do that? Why indeed? Throw us off the trail? I don't know. Mr. Justice, you seem as new to this as your partner is. Ouch. This I'm not reporting to Mr. Wright. Boy, fool Bright. Explain to his baldness what these brats are missing. You know, the who and why behind those feathers and tracks. What? You mean you can explain all that? Our investigative prowess is without equal. I'm starting to think I chose the wrong profession. Very well. Let's hear about these so-called yokai feathers and tracks. Oh, I'll give you evidence for the hole. Turns around now! No hole on stream! This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger. Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster. The strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer. Those feathers and tracks stoked the villagers' fears? Absolutely! He knew exactly how to prey on their superstitious minds. Those feathers only gave weight to the idea that the alderman was slain by a demon. The accursed demon Tenmataro, that is. Tenma who? Tenmataro, the legendary demon locked away in the village's forbidden chamber. From a young age, the villagers are taught to fear the great black-feathered demon, and thus were they blinded to other, more plausible explanations. Hold on for a second. Before we start letting our imaginations run wild, isn't there someone else that could be considered a suspect? Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. On the day of the incident, there was a special event held at QB Manor.
and as part of this event, there was someone dressed in the likeness of Tenma Taro. Obviously, this person is a much more likely suspect than any legendary demon. Dullard, you were playing right into the killer's mind games. What? Listen here. The feathers and tracks were merely red herrings. The villagers believe the murder to be the work of the real Tenma Taro. However, the police believe that the person in the Tenma Taro suit is the killer. Ah! The defendant sought to sow this confusion in order to deflect blame away from himself. However, he was knocked unconscious by the alderman, and thus our mentally deficient mayor was caught red-handed at the scene of the crime.
Objection!
Do you honestly believe Mayor Tenma would do something so stupid?
Objection!
The evidence speaks for itself, Fulbright. Right. It was the mayor's last-ditch effort to stop the opposition before things got crazy. The amazing Ninetales was fueling both the yokai craze and the anti-merger movement. Plus, he's one of the better-known masked wrestlers and the hometown favorite. That's why the mayor panicked and set out on the path of injustice. But do the people of Ninetales Vale really believe a yokai's behind the crime? Yokai sightings are an everyday event there, so I wouldn't be surprised if they did. I must say, a crime that preys upon innocent, impressionable minds. Just so. A particularly silver-tongued inmate once had the following words for me. Brother. This guy is like those people that like make shit up to make themselves sound cool. Like, yeah, well, I'm related to Pitbull, technically. Yeah. On my mom's side, yeah. He comes to my birthday party sometimes. Like, okay. Oh, thank you for the lurk, Ruuuvo. Make shit up to make this sound cool. You mean businessmen? I was thinking more of like edgy teenagers, but this is his version of one time at prison.
This guy stinks!
Yeah, my best friend in prison was a serial killer, but he liked me. He said he wouldn't kill me. And his eyes are stinky. Okay, once had the following words for me. The innocent of heart are the easiest to prey. You don't say. Was this inmate a con artist? No. He was framed for the murder of his beloved. I actually felt sorry for the poor chap. Wait, so he wasn't the predator, but rather the prey? Yes, well, now then, the defense may proceed with their cross-examination. Feathers and tracks. This entire case centers on one man's attempt to crush opposition to the municipal merger.
Hold it!
Detective Fulbright, is the anti-merger movement really that strong? Oh, absolutely! They parade around in yokai costumes shouting "Down with Mayor Tenma!" And just the other day, they stormed Tenma City Hall, claiming it was a den of vipers. But when the accused showed his face, the angry mob scattered like leaves upon an autumn wind. For you see, lowly yokai are no match for Tenma Taro, the dark lord of their kind. Wait, are the villagers scared of Mayor Tenma or Tenma Taro? I'm confused. I think he means Mayor Tenma. It's easy to get the wrong impression about the guy. Detective Fulbright, why do you suppose the defendant would commit such an act? Mayor Tenma panicked when the amazing Ninetales helped embolden the protesters.
Hold it!
The amazing Ninetales. No one knows his true identity, right? That's right. And he was a lone wolf. In other words, he didn't belong to a wrestling federation. He appeared like a shooting star, defeating one Tenma Town wrestler after another. And before anyone knew it, he was a champion. Like the samurai of yore, surrounded thick with enemies, he cut them down one by one. It was a complete and utter loss of face for Tenma Town Pro Wrestling. He was amazing,
If ever there was a real superhero, it would be him. I dream of becoming a true champion of justice like him someday.
I bet Detective Fulbright would be a great pro wrestler. He could even team up with Prosecutor Blackquill.
A police detective and a prisoner in chains? You know, I think people would actually pay to see that. I know I would. So, you do understand the greatness that is the amazing Ninetales. Okay. So he stoked the villagers' fears by fabricating a monster.
Hold it!
Did the murder and yokai evidence really stoke the villagers' fears? Absolutely! It had an immediate effect. The presumed return of the dreaded Tenmataro has them shaking in their boots. Oh my, is it really that bad? That superstitious lot? It's as if Jack the Ripper had been set loose in their village. The mere thought of that demon lurking about is enough to spark a mass exodus. I see. That's a very persuasive argument. The mere thought of his honor buying into Simon the Psycho Slasher's words makes me want to spark my own exodus out of the courtroom right about now. So you see, there can be only one reason why anyone would plant those feathers and tracks. Only one reason at all. What did he say there? Strange feathers and tracks he planted made it look like a yokai was the killer. I think that's true. But it doesn't add up. If what you say is true, why top it off with murder? What do you mean? You claim our client planted the yokai evidence to stoke the villagers' fears. If so, why not stop there? Why murder QB? Excellent point. It is, isn't it? So, Your Honor agrees there was no reason for the murder, correct?
Objection!
Perhaps the killing was on the spur of the moment. You're saying it wasn't premeditated? From the outset, I had no intention of paying heed to any of your babble. However, the fact is, the mayor made a startling discovery. Startling discovery? Why don't I like the sound of that? Alderman QB's secret identity.
Hello. I think Prosecutor Blackquill has figured out the Alderman's secret identity.
I don't know how everyone hasn't done that.
But even if he has, why would it be a motive for the mayor to commit murder?
This is not good. His patch of fur was discovered at the crime scene. It's from the mask worn by the amazing Ninetales. Therefore, we can conclude this mask was at the crime scene. Oh my. But why would it have been there? The victim was a former pro wrestler and a member of the anti-merger movement. Need I say more? Well, Oh! Could it really be? Your baldness has had an epiphany, I see. Our victim, Rex QB, was the amazing Ninetales, and the mayor's discovery of this fact was his motive for the murder. No! Now everybody knows. Order! Order! What a shocking development! Who could have seen that coming? Not me! A motive clearer than crystal clear.
What do we do now, Apollo?
I didn't think they'd tie the Alderman's secret identity to the mayor's motive. At last, we've reached my real point. Why did the Alderman have to forge a secret identity? Does it not pique your interest, your baldness? I admit it does. It is odd that he had to create this other persona, just to secretly participate in the anti-merger movement. Very astute of you, your baldness. Right. Now take a look at this. They got the blackmail letter? How'd they get that? If you value your dearest's life, you will merge Ninetales with Tenma Town. This blackmail letter was found in Alderman QB's pocket. What? At present, the Alderman's wife is in the hospital. Wait, what did he say? In QB's pocket. So, it sounds like the killer took it out of Damien's pocket and planted it in QB's pocket. Okay. I should write that down. Okay, so Black Quill knows that the victim is the box wrestler. And blackmail letter was found in victim's pocket. Probably taken from Damien and planted. There, okay. At present, the alderman's wife is in the hospital, and that letter is clear evidence that the mayor was blackmailing him by threatening her life. Wait, didn't the blackmail letter sent to Mayor Tenma go missing? Right after the alderman's murder? I think maybe the killer took the letter from the mayor after the murder and planted it into the alderman's pocket? It's possible, but we don't have any proof that that's what happened. Talk about being up the creek without a paddle. Alright, we got the letter. Threatening letter discovered in one of Alderman QB's pockets. Okay. Do not tell anyone about this threat. If you do, consider your dearest as good as dead. So are they saying this is the reason why he had a secret identity? Or... Let me, go back a little bit. Okay, so they're trying to say, okay. He's trying to say, why did the victim have the secret wrestler identity? And then that's related to the blackmail. Okay. I pressed the wrong button and died. Well, welcome in, PC Man's ghost. Mayor Tenma would have made a clean getaway if he'd just left after planning the yokai things. But he was knocked out cold by his sudden decision to kill the amazing Ninetails. So it was the amazing Ninetails' counterattack that brought the entire crime to light. Wait a sec. Fulbright's claiming the mayor killed the alderman after planting the yokai evidence, and that the mayor was knocked out cold immediately after that? Oh yeah, it doesn't make sense. Detective Fulbright, please add your previous statement to your testimony. Okay. So this is what's gonna crack it open. Mayor Tenma killed the sleeping alderman after planting the feathers and tracks. When did he figure out his identity, though? If that's what they're trying to say. So let me get this straight. You believe the mayor planted the yokai evidence before the murder, not after. Absolutely! And then he was knocked out cold by the alderman's last punch. Okay, let's look at the picture. Right, yeah. We have evidence in this photo that that's not true. If it was planted before the murder, those feathers would be covered in blood. And the tracks, like, why would there be bloody tracks before the murder, too? Okay, yeah, it just doesn't make sense. And then he was knocked out cold by the alderman's last punch! He wouldn't have had a chance to plant the evidence after that. Something's not right here. Hard to believe that a stiff, humorless man like the mayor could be behind such a stunt. Ugh, we have to do something, Apollo, before they pin it all on the mayor. And we're gonna need to prove that Mayor Tenma didn't plant that yokai stuff. How are we supposed to do that? I'll show you, my dear. I'm right. Okay. Gotta save just in case I'm wrong. Okay.
Objection!
Okay. Got it. Detective Fulbright, your sense of justice is anything but fair. What's this? You dare question my justice again? Yes, and I'm gonna prove it to you. Take a look at this photo. Look at so many photos. Welcome in, Arkham. It is indeed lawyer time. It is indeed. We're, getting through the first day of trial here with the yokai case. Welcome in. Hope you're having a wonderful time on your trip. I've been seeing all your pictures and stuff. Very cool. Look at this photograph! Yeah, like, I have to stop myself from saying that every time because it would just be excessive. But yes, exactly. This is the crime scene photo. And just what does this prove? It proves when the feathers and tracks were planted. But I already told you, they were planted before the murder. The defendant planted the yokai evidence, then was knocked out while killing his victim. But that would be impossible. If you look right here, it's clear when the feathers and tracks were left at the scene. I'm gonna save because sometimes it's very particular about this. Okay. I want to say the feathers right here in the blood.
Take that!
Aren't you just pointing to the yokai feathers and tracks, Mr. Justice? Yes. See how the feathers are on top of the blood and the tracks were made in blood? In other words, the yokai evidence could have only resulted after the murder. But then the mayor must have planted the evidence after killing the alderman. But you said it yourself. The mayor had been knocked unconscious thereafter. There would have been no time for him to plant any evidence at all. Therefore, there must have been someone else besides the mayor and the alderman at the crime scene. Ah! There must be some mistake! Yeah. You! You're the mistake! Order! Order! Where's your evidence? You can't possibly have any, can you? Evidence? Oh, I have evidence. In fact, I have an eyewitness's testimony for you. You do? But how? What is this? Was my vaunted sense of justice really just half-baked? He's taking this really hard. Mr. Justice, what is this testimony regarding a third party that you claim to have? I have it right here, Your Honor. It's the sworn testimony of Mr. Tenma's daughter. The witness, Jinxie Tenma, saw a yokai in the hallway after stumbling upon the scene. It was the demon Tenma Taro. He's the source of those feathers and tracks. Okay, a guy in a Tenma Taro costume. You have to say that part. Oh, Lord. Oh. Will somebody please say something? The defense will explain to the court exactly what he means. You dare to mock this court and justice itself? You're unfit to bear your name, boy! Your baldness. It appears our defense attorney here is a delirious from exhaustion.
Hold it!
Hello, think of something quick before you're held in contempt of court. What do you think I'm trying to do? Before you decide whether I should step down, please hear me out. Very well, Mr. Justice, I'm all ears. But you'd better explain yourself well. What was this yokai you're talking about? It's all in this statement here. Jinxie Tenma asserts that she saw Tenma Taro after she discovered the crime scene and called the police. She came around a corner in the hall. It was around here that she saw Tenma Taro fleeing toward the foyer. The defense asserts that whoever was impersonating this monster is the one who left those feathers and tracks behind, intentionally or otherwise. What? How incredibly unjust! Why haven't I heard about this before? The defense just proved there was someone else. So the mayor isn't the killer? Was it all a setup? The prosecutor is a convicted felon after all. I had no time to read who was saying what, okay? I just make up voices as I go. Paula, the momentum has shifted in our favor. Good. And let's keep it that way.
Objection!
I don't think so. Little do you realize, that though you are in the midst of a fray, your sword is broken. Oh no! Yes, Simon is here. The edgelord himself. I'm seeing him as an edgelord right now. He's, very extra. Today was the last of the trip, but the Count... I went to, the Denver Aquarium, Museum of Natural Science, Meow Wolf, Industrial Park in Colorado, went to the place that inspired Stephen King. Yeah, I saw those pictures. That was so cool. That inspired Stephen King to write The Shining, the hotel he stayed in that inspired the books, and where they filmed the miniseries. After hating the film so much. Very tired, but it was a fun trip. Yeah, it looked really, really fun. I'm glad you had a good time. Made a bunch of progress on this tiny dollhouse. Now time to call it a night and start peeling the Gorilla Glue off my fingers. Oh no. What was your first time in Colorado? I think I went there once as like a little kid. The only thing I remember is like a whole foot of snow. And it was magical, but I really don't remember anything else. I was very small. I love that they could have gone the easy route and made him an edgelord, but he's just an asshole. Yeah, he's reading as like edgelord, very rude. We'll see how he is over time. Yeah, I think we went up to the mountains. I don't remember. I'd have to ask my family about the trip. I just know we've been to Colorado, but I don't know anything about, like, what we did. Probably just went to see the snow, I think. Oh, Estes Park. Okay, I was like, what? Yeah, Skunk Boy. We can call him Skunk Boy. Yeah, your sword is broken. My sword? I didn't know I had one to break. Are you implying there's a problem with my claim? Why don't you just say that? Consider this. If that yokai impersonator had indeed fled toward the foyer, that fool and that fop would have seen him. Well. Fool and fop? Oh, you mean Filch and LaBelle? Now that you mention it. Both Phineas Filch and Florent LaBelle were in the foyer at the time, but they haven't stated that they saw a yokai, have they? Did you ever consider that yokai was but a figment of a scared little girl's imagination? Ugh, why didn't those two see the Tenmataro impersonator pass by? Because they're lying! Why don't we ask them ourselves? I was just about to say that myself. No, really, I was. The defense would like to call Mr. Phineas Filch, caretaker of QB Manor, to the stand. I just know he must have seen something. I suppose we can't ignore the fact that the little girl believes she saw a monster. I trust you have no objections to Mr. Justice's request, Prosecutor Blackwell? I understand that Mr. Filch is enjoying a nap out in the lobby. I knew that Tanuki was a rare find. But when we captured him, I didn't think he'd end up a witness. Do with him as you will. Did he just say captured? No, wait. I don't want to know. Very well then. Bailiff! Go wake up Mr. Filch and escort him to the stand. Will the witness state his name and occupation, please? The name's Filch. Phineas Filch. Caretaker of QB Manor. Oh, and this is for you, your lordship. Just a little something I thought you might like. Oh my, what a fabulous pair of shoes. And your honor will do just fine, Mr. Filch. Ah, so shoes again. Don't they belong to Detective Fulbright? Don't tell me Filch stole them again. They're all yours, your honorship, sir. What? But they seem awfully expensive. Yep, too expensive for me. But I reckon they'd be perfect for someone like your honorship. It's a kind gesture, but legal ethics dictate I can't accept such gifts. Oh, ethics, methics. Just take them if you want them. Polished them up real nice for you, too. I'm sorry about the shoes, Mr. Filch, but I will accept your testimony. court would like to hear whether you saw Tenmataro in the foyer after the murder. And before we keep going, I'm gonna go take a little break. Be back in like 5 minutes. I mostly just need to rest my voice for a little bit. The voice acting always takes me out, especially I've been gone for a week, so. All right, I'll try to be back in like 5 minutes. I might get like a little snack. So maybe 10 tops. Yeah, I will be RB. Feel free to grab a drink or a snack if you need it. I'll be back soon. Hello, I'm back. Had a little snack, so I'm sorry if I was gone for a minute. But I'm here. Let me see. 99% love with Zoe and Bobby Fulbright doing the silly little expression. So close. 99%. 98% love between Oni and this photograph. Almost. 60% love with an egg. Did you enjoy your snack? Yes. I did not get the ice cream. I think I'm gonna have the ice cream after stream as my reward for streaming. No. I just had an apple and a pretzel. Some pretzels. You know what? I wish I had those big, like, beautiful, tasty pretzels. I just had, like, some little pretzel sticks. I had a very elementary snack, okay? A sour apple and some pretzel sticks. Whatever keeps you going, okay? Tuna sandwich. I love tuna sandwiches. I love, like, a good tuna panini. Like, provolone cheese, melted, toasted sandwich with tuna. So good. Elementary, you had some hydrogen. Oh, okay. Okay, funny guy. Okay. All right. So we're doing testimony from Filch. At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer, just like Mr. QB asked. I was making sure no one, fair, foul, fishy, or otherwise, could get to our guest. I was still in my office, keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. 3:20. Moida. But I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary, no siree! And that was a lie. That yokai you keep jabbering on about was but a phantom of a little girl's dreams. So you're telling this court you never saw anyone dressed up like Tenmataro? Yep, was God in the whole time. That's the truth, the holy truth, and nutter butter the truth. And Tenmataro, bah, you don't really believe in all that yokai mumbo jumbo, do ya? I certainly don't. Oh. My bracelet, it's... Something the matter, Apollo? My bracelet keeps squeezing my arm. Really? So you think Mr. Tanuki, I mean, Filch, has been lying to us? I wouldn't rule it out. Now, if I could just zero in on a tell, some sort of nervous habit, could it perhaps be the shaking of the towel around his neck, maybe? I don't know, there's something about him. It seems a little nervous. Maybe the vein in his forehead? Or like the quivering lip? I don't know. That's just my opinion. Yes, he has Danny DeVito energy, for sure. Oh, what the fuck? What the? Why is a bird here? Oh, is this Quill's bird? Oh no, he has a bird? I have to like someone if they have a bird. Oh. What in the... What's a hawk doing in here? Oh my... Oh! He's getting scritches! Oh. Damn it all! I didn't like this guy! He has a hawk named Hawk. So uncreative. No, his name is Taka. Allow me to introduce my trusty cohort, Taka. He seems to have taken quite a liking to the courthouse. Made it his new home, in fact. How does he have a hawk in jail? He doesn't live with you in jail, right? Who's ever heard of a courthouse bird? Taka simply loathes trickery and fraud. And that queer power of yours seems to have offended my dear bosom buzzard. This isn't some sort of trick or... Oh my god! Ah! I won't be able to spot squat like this. What the heck's going on around here? Run for the hills! Queer power, yes. Oh. No pets or other animals allowed in the courtroom. Ah! Somebody help! Oh, he's merely having a bit of sport. He won't harm you, save when truly famished. Oh my god! He's so cute! In that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, you will ensure your feathered friend is properly fed. Looks like we have to do this the old-fashioned way. We'll be fine. I think. There was someone dressed as Tenmataro there. Filch should have seen him. We'll just have to put our faith in Jinxie's statement for now. Mr. Justice, please proceed with your cross-examination. The bird is still there. That would actually hurt very badly. A hawk's talons on a bald person's head? You have to wear a glove to hold them. At the time of the murder, I was on guard duty in the foyer just like Kyuubi asked. Don't tell Apollo about the parrot from DL6. Yep. Yep. He's such a cute bird. Okay. What was it? Taka? Taka. Taka is Japanese for hawk. Okay. So he really just named him Hawk. He named the bird Bird, is what you're telling me. I thought y'all were joking. His head is made of wood. He's fine. You're right. The judge's head is made of wood. Yeah. Built different. Yeah, of wood. Okay, I was on guard duty like he asked. Mr. Filch, why did Alderman Kyuubi have you handle guard duty? 'Cause he trusts me. I am the manor's caretaker, after all. So you took said guard duty seriously? Let me tell you something about me. Oh, wait a second. I think I just blocked something. Yeah. Yeah. So we're gonna be able to say that he wasn't paying attention at 3:20 because he was watching a show, a wrestling show at 3. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you something about me. I'm... the bird! Yipes! Listen here, you little tanuki. Get straight to the point and be quick about it. The court wishes to hear what you did or didn't see in the foyer and not else. Yes, of course, sir. Right away, sir. Blackwill's got him completely under his thumb. Like I said, I was guarding the foyer entrance that day. I was making sure no one could get to our guest.
Hold it!
So no one could get to him. Sounds like security was pretty tight. That's 'cause there's always lots of sneaks and thieves round festival time. Yeah, you would know about that. And the solution was to entrust the manor's security to a thief? That's not even funny. Bird! Thank you for the clip. Maybe it's a matter of stopping thieves by hiring one. After all, it takes one to know one. I don't know. It seems more like letting the fox guard the henhouse to me. So the witness testified that he took his guard duty seriously? Yes, sir, your honorship, sir. I was still in my office keeping a good watch when the murder happened after 3 p.m. Okay, so this is what I'm going to react to with that program.
Hold it!
Did you really keep an eye on the foyer for the entire time? Poor old Filchy. Been working hard my whole life. Only to be smeared by some greenhorn in his fancy schmancy suit and silly haircut. Ah, sorry, Mr. Blackquill, sir. Didn't mean to get off subject there. Sheesh. Blackquill didn't even say anything. To answer your question, yes. I kept an eye, no, both of them, in fact, on the foyer. I didn't see nothing out of the ordinary.
Hold it!
Could you describe to the court who you would consider fishy looking? Someone all fidgety and shifty like, you know, like they're about to steal something. He just described himself. I wonder why Mr. Filch didn't see Tenmataro. Maybe Jinxie only thinks she saw Tenmataro. Or maybe Mr. Filch is lying. And if he is lying, we might be able to spot a contradiction in his testimony. Yeah, I've got it this time. For once. But I'll save anyway. Alright.
Objection!
Don't lie to the court like that, Mr. Filch. Hey, it ain't right to bushwhack a fella like that. Unfortunately for you, I have evidence that proves you're lying. If you look at this TV listing here, you'll see that at the time of the crime, there was a pro wrestling match scheduled. Something you'd never miss. Ah! I didn't watch that one, no siree! I was doing my job, just like I was supposed to. This guy doesn't know when to give up. Mr. Filch, someone even circled the match. It was you, right? Yipes! Not only that, you even told me you watched it. You said, and I quote, "It was a complete disaster." Ah. So, do you admit to slacking off? You can't trick me with your ruddy poo lawyer talk. Ruddy poo? I'm one of them professional types too. I can do double duty, watching TV in the foyer at the same time. The only thing Filch can claim to be a professional of is professional thief. Mr. Justice, you would have this court believe the witness was slacking off? That's correct. He claims to have been watching TV and the foyer at the same time. But that's nothing but a bald-faced lie. Bald, you say? But I'm not the one who's lying. Perhaps you meant the witness, Mr. Justice. And in that case, yeah, he's gotten... There's no brain in there. It's just a dried-up walnut rolling around. In that case, let's see what evidence you can offer. Huh? You claim Mr. Filch is lying about watching TV and the foyer simultaneously. Now prove it. Isn't it the show? Now I'm the one with no brain. Okay, something about not being able to look at the TV and the foyer at the same time. Okay. Maybe it's the map? Yeah, oh, yeah. It's the map because the TV is facing away from the fucking foyer. Okay. I got it. I knew it was this map. I was just like, okay, why?
Take that!
Okay. Please take a look at the direction the TV is facing in this diagram. Now, unless Mr. Filch has eyes where his right ear should be, I'd think it would be impossible to watch the foyer entrance and the TV at the same time. Why, yes, someone watching TV there couldn't possibly see the entrance. Exactly. And that means, Mr. Filch, you were slacking off and were not watching the foyer as you claim. Yipes! The bag's out of the cat! I mean, the other way around. Just pointing. Order! Order! But Mr. Justice, is Mr. Filch's less than stellar work ethic relevant to this case? It's very relevant. While he was slacking off watching TV, there really could have been a Tenma Taro impersonator in the foyer.
Objection!
What now? Granted, this Tanuki was lax in his duties, but he still had the foyer entrance covered. Because of the camera. What are you talking about? This. You know what? I can like the bird and not the guy, right? I can like the bird. I'm not a mind reader. Ah. Auditory sense. His eyes may have been slacking off, but his ears were still hard at work. Right, Tanuki? I don't know. If you're locked into something, you might not notice a sound. They were? I mean, yes! Yes, they were! But you already admitted to slacking off. Now you say you weren't? My eyes might be lazy, but my ears ain't. I would have heard anyone in the foyer. You see, the foyer floor and stairway get all creaky squeaky when someone walks on them. Creak, creak, creak. Loud enough to wake the dead, I reckon. So, you're saying you didn't hear anybody walk by? Yep, my ears were working full time, so who's the liar now, you no good shyster? Shyster? A lying thief calling me a shyster. This has to be the low point of my fledgling career. Gotta hand it to you, Mr. Blackquill, sir. You really are something else. I mean, you don't miss a thing. And them bags under your eyes, they're darker than mine. Fair warning, Mr. Filch. Taka is particularly fond of Tanuki. Should you lie to this court again, you may suddenly find yourself on the menu. Oh. Oh my god! Yipes! Please don't eat me, Mr. Taka, sir! I love him. I love the bird. For just the bird, I like the 3D just for that. The witness will henceforth testify truthfully under penalty of painful bird attacks. And with that in mind, the court requests the witness revise his testimony accordingly. Oh my god. It's true. I was watching a pro wrestling match on the office TV. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears, they were working overtime. The floor there's all creaky squeaky like. No way I would have missed someone walking by. So you see, there weren't no Tenma Taro in the foyer. Superstition is the religion of feeble minds. Understand? A simple, rational explanation is best. Forget yokai, demons, and such. You must use common sense, for lacking that our entire world would be but upside down. Says the convict prosecutor who's totally a sign of the end times for the legal world. And besides, if there were any yokai roaming about, I'd nab 'em and sell 'em to the zoo! I wonder whether Jinxie was just seeing things. That seems to be the general consensus, but I'm sticking to my guns. But if we can't prove she saw Tenma Taro, the mayor's sure to be convicted. And we'd better hope my guns fire bullets, not BBs. Defense may cross-examine. Okay. Does she love Bird just for being Bird? Exactly. Yes, yes. Bird exists, does she love Bird? Mm-hmm. Bird did nothing wrong. What's happening with Mr. My Chemical Romance? Well, apparently he's a prisoner. Like, he's still supposed to be in prison right now. But they brought him out of prison to be the prosecutor for this case. I don't know why or how. Okay, so don't ask me. I don't know. But he's literally a prisoner. I think he killed someone with a katana. I'm not sure, though. And he's got a pet bird. That's what I know. Okay, I was watching a pro wrestling match on the TV.
Hold it!
You are paid for your work, aren't you? How do you justify watching TV on the job? But it ain't easy being me. I mean, I can't watch TV when we have visitors and there's no way to record stuff. Am I supposed to be consoling you over your first world problems?
If those are his only problems, he should consider himself lucky.
I guess pro wrestling is serious business to Mr. Filch. He's a prisoner of society. And he looks like a skunk. I hope he doesn't smell like one. My eyes might have been slacking off, but my ears were working overtime. You lied earlier about taking your guard duty seriously, didn't you? Oh, that? Ain't no harm in bending the truth a little, right? Listen to me, you little tanuki. Lie again, and Taka shall feast upon that forked tongue of yours. Yipes! Sorry, just let me keep my tongue. At least leave it until we can get the truth out of him. You were negligent in your duties, were you not? Yes, sir, I was, sir, but it ain't like that. The floor's creaky squeaky. No way I would have missed someone walking by.
Hold it!
So you have pretty good ears, Mr. Filch. As good as they come, I'd say. Ain't nothing to hear a creaky floor. Plus, that Tenmataro makes a sound when he goes by. It's like a jingle jangle. Oh! 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 You just fucked up, sir. Oh! You fucked up! Tenmataro doesn't jingle jangle. He doesn't have anything to jingle jangle. Only the suspect in the costume had something to jingle jangle. So you did hear him. You know. Ooh. Jingle jangle. How does he do that? It's that staff of his. Yup. Yup. That's what jingle jangles. You messed up. What's he talking about, Apollo? Beats me. I guess Tenmataro has a staff that makes noise? Come to think of it, didn't Jinxie mention something like that too? She said she saw Tenmataro holding a staff-like object that made a jangly sound. I guess that's the source of the noise then. Well, Mr. Justice, Mr. Filch says Tenmataro jingle jangles. Would you consider that vital information? Very important, yes. Extremely vital. I request to be added to his testimony. If Tenmataro was to pass by, his staff would have gone jingle jangle. Alright, I already know the answer, but we're gonna cross-examine anyway. So Tenmataro's staff makes a distinctive sound? Yep, like a jingle and a jangle. Wait, Jinxie said something like that. Something about Tenmataro making a jangly sound. I think we're missing something here, but I can't quite put a finger on it. Perhaps I should take a look at the court record again. And then this one. There weren't no Tenmataro in the foyer. Please tell the court, what did Jinxie see if it was not Tenmataro? She's always going on about seeing this yokai or that. Just an active imagination, I reckon. She won't even come near me because she thinks I'm some sort of tanuki monster. Can't say I blame her. So, Mr. Filch, you would chalk it up to a child's active imagination? Yep, no Tenmataro or anyone else got in or out of QB Manor on my watch. Hello, what could this mean? You think Jinxie was just seeing things? If that's the case, the details she provided were pretty impressive. But if we're to continue believing Jinxie's statement, we'll have to uncover Filch's lie? Right, or find out why he can't tell the truth. Okay. Taka needs to poop on him? Oh my god. Alright. Let's present the scroll.
Objection!
Tenmataro's staff would make a jangly sound, you say? Well, I'm gonna say that your story doesn't add up. Is there something the defense would like to share with the court? Mr. Filch, you say that you didn't see Tenmataro on the day of the incident. Why, then, did you assume just now that Tenmataro would be holding a staff? Ah? You see, the Tenmataro Jinxie saw held a staff in his hands, and she described its sound just like you did, a kind of jangly sound. Yeah, so he was holding a staff. What's your point?
Objection!
The point is that Tenmataro doesn't use a staff. Not normally.
What are you talking about?
You see, this is the only known document depicting Tenmataro. Is there a staff in that picture, Mr. Filch?
You're right! There's no staff! Not even a cane or a walking stick. Ah! So the question is, why does the witness think Tenmataro uses a staff?
I believe the answer will overturn the prosecution's case on the most basic level. Well now, this is getting interesting.
All right, Mr. Justice, it's time to show the court where you're going with this. Please tell the court why Mr. Filch believes Tenmataro carries a staff.
The scroll is wrong. He actually saw Tenmataro. Filch is a scatterbrain. And he saw Tenmataro. Mr. Filch actually saw Tenmataro right after the crime occurred. That's the only way he could possibly know about the staff.
Busted again!
Bloody hell! You duplicitous? What did you say, sir? You duplicitous? Duplicitous? Oh my. Deceitful, yeah.
Duplicitous.
Duplicitous. I think the first time I tried to say it was right. Okay, duplicitous. Yeah, double deal. Yeah, it's like duplicate, like double. Yeah. I understood the meaning, but I didn't know how to say it. Duplicitous. Oh my god. I have to look it up again. Duplicitous. 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 I've never said it before. Okay. Yes. How'd that feel, Black Quill? Not so fun when you're on the receiving end of the blade, is it? Admit it, Mr. Filch. You did see Tenmataro that day, didn't you?
Well? I'm begging you, please don't make me say it!
But clearly you did see Tenmataro. Stop stalling and testify.
No can do, no way, no how! You ain't got no idea how terrifying he can be!
He? Mr. Filch still won't admit to seeing Tenmataro, even though everyone knows he did. The question now is why? Mr. Filch is scared to death. Is that why he can't admit the truth? Come to think of it. They say you must not gaze upon Tenmataro, but in the event that you do look, and then tell anyone what you saw, Tenmataro will claim your soul. Thinks he wouldn't admit to seeing Tenmataro after hearing about the village superstitions. She said if she told anyone that she had seen Tenmataro, he'd claim her soul. Wait, you think Filch believes that too?
Ah, so Mr. Big-Time City Slicker Lawyer has heard about him? Them old village superstitions? Will the defense please explain what the witness is talking about? I'm tired.
The people of Ninetailsvale believe some pretty strange things. Their superstitions may be the reason our witness here can't admit the truth. The truth that he really did see Tenmataro.
Darn straight, that's why. It's all right here. There's a book.
Village superstitions. Do not gaze upon Tenmataro. Do not tell others if you see Tenmataro. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul. It will be taken by Tenmataro. There is, however, one way to save it. Your immediate departure from the village. Freeing him will bring ruin upon the village. Tenmataro, I mean. He needs his nap. Ignoring the superstitions will cost you your soul?
See? That's why us folks in Ninetailsvale can't talk about seeing Tenmataro.
Superstitions that have been handed down generation to generation in Ninetailsvale. That clears up one mystery. Okay, it's just the same thing. Okay. The killer took advantage of the superstitions by wearing a Tenmataro costume. They knew that that way no one could talk about him, so it was as if he never existed. The defense holds that this Tenmataro impersonator is the true killer. How many times is it gonna make me say Tenmataro? My god. Her name is Jinxie. Superstitions, curses, jinxes, good going, ace attorney. Pretty
much every name is a pun. Sometimes it takes me a minute, but yeah. If you lower the pitch of Bishi reading that, they would sound like Kruk Tenmataro. What? My spinach puffs.
Objection!
Superstitions, you say? What kind of a fool would actually believe such rubbish? And would that using some silly fairy tale could so easily expose the culprit? Why do you speak the way you do, sir? You'll need to come up with a more rational, common sense explanation than that.
Objection!
Your common sense seems awfully narrow-minded to me, Prosecutor Blackquill.
Objection!
Objection! Try living in my world of narrow cells, mortal danger, and dark, sleepless nights. There's no lack of superstitions in the clink, but few are those who truly believe in them.
Objection!
Well, the village superstitions are real enough to the people of Ninetales A life or death superstition might even make you a believer. I thought he was about to break the frickin' chain. Grr. Rawr! Why are you roaring at me? Why are you roaring XDing at me? Order, order, I say! There will be no roar XDs in this courtroom! It's 2025! You fool of a tanuki! 2 times now your lies have cost me. Sorry, I promise not to do it again. Forgot how to do his voice. Don't look at me like that, I hate it! Taka, my fine feathered friend, have at him. Yipes! He's gonna eat me alive! Head for the hills! Did he? He just ran. He took off. The bailiff! What are you waiting for? After him with your fastest men! That's certainly not something you see every day. Are they gonna bring him back in chains? Well, it would seem a new and important fact has come to light. A third party disguised as the yokai Tenmataro was at the scene. And now we have 2 witnesses who can attest to that. Any objections, Blackquill? Did he just break it? Uh-oh. What? Huh? Ah! His shackles. I knew he was gonna break them. What the hell? I'm too young to die. Justice Dono, long has it been since I've been forced to draw my blade. This is so ridiculous. You had best say your prayers. What is this case? What is this game? First we had a bomb, now there's a frickin' prisoner with a knife? The detective, do something! Have no fear, Fulbright is here. When the going gets tough, the champion of justice gets going!
Objection!
What do you mean objection? Then get going already before he kills us! Oh, but I stand in awe of Simon Blackquill, for it is his sense of justice that set him free. Objection! Objection! I object to Detective Fulbright's definition of justice! Meanwhile, he's just standing there.
Silence!
Menacingly. I'm not in the habit of cutting down unarmed cowards. Oh, well, in that case, Prosecutor Blackquill, can I ask you to, you know... I think the judge forgot he's in charge here. Yeah, that feather is, from Taka. His burb. That's a lot of dots, I know, it's just... Yeah, okay. Making us wait. Building anticipation. So,
Justice Dono's assertion is this. Tenma Taro's the real killer, not Mayor Tenma. According to him, there was a yokai at the scene of the crime. A yokai costume. Great! And that yokai, or whoever was impersonating him, killed Alderman Kyubi.
Silence.
Kyubi! Stop it! Care to explain why Jinxie, being the first to discover the murder, did not see your alleged killer yokai there in the Fox Chamber? What? He's right. She said nothing about Tenma Taro being in the Fox Chamber. I think he was hiding in the vents. Or he was in the Forbidden Chamber. I don't know. I think it's still locked? I can't remember. Let me enlighten you. That little scamp heard a dying scream right before she opened the chamber door. And your point is? Upon opening the door, she found a freshly skewered murder victim, the alderman, and the homicidal maniac who had killed him, the mayor. No, there must have been someone dressed up like Tenma. Ah! Then, why does that little scamp claim not to have seen a yokai in the Fox Chamber? Considering her father is accused of murder, surely she would have mentioned any third party that might have been in the room. I don't understand. Why didn't she see Tenma Taro inside the chamber? There's but one way to find out. Ask Jinxie Tenma whether she saw your killer yokai at the scene of the crime. Uh-oh. The final battle draws nigh. Only one of us will leave here alive. Heh heh heh. Long has my blade thirsted for blood. At long last it shall be sated. Wait, this is still a trial, right? Show me what you're truly capable of. Justice Dono. Oh! No, bird! Down! Very well. Both parties no doubt need some time to regroup. So the court will take a 10-minute recess in order to... Ah! 3 minutes. I'm sorry, but a 3-minute recess? Just so. Plenty of time if your destination of intent is the loo. The loo? You mean the bathroom? Is he British? Sheesh. At least include enough time to wash our hands. See that you take no more than 3 minutes. All latecomers will be punished. Oh, yes, sir. I hereby declare a 3-minute recess before the battle begins. I declare Prosecutor Blackquill the winner of this round of Simon Says. Doesn't bode well for us if the prosecutor's running the show, does it? Well. Let me, kind of take in what they just said. Okay, yeah, so the problem right now is, Jinxie says she saw Tenma Taro running from the chamber, but she went in the chamber before that after hearing a scream, and didn't see Tenma Taro. And then now we're going to have as a witness, Jinxie as a witness. Okay, speaking of 3-minute recesses, I think I will take this opportunity to stop the stream there. Because I need to give my voice time to get back to doing all these voices, and it is sore already. So I'm just going to stop here since this is a good little stopping point, because we're going to be playing more of this tomorrow anyway. So I'll be continuing this at 9:30 p.m. Central tomorrow night, and we'll see if we can get through the first day of the trial. I don't know how much is left, so I just want to take the chance to stop here, but yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. We can actually switch back over here for
for a minute so it's not silent. Let me actually save as well. Because I didn't. Anyway. Alright, y'all. The piss or the throne, the pissatorium. That's way longer than 3 minutes, Bishy. You can think of it as 3 streamer minutes, which will be 24 hours. Oh, I think so. He said bloody hell early. Yeah, he keeps saying like British things. I'm not gonna bother doing a British accent. I don't feel like it. I did plenty of that when we played Chronicles, so. I feel like this is the first time I've ever gotten through a stream without falling asleep. I due to my 2-hour deep sleep in the middle of that day. Well, I appreciate you being here through the stream. Again, I hope you recover soon, recover well. I'll be back tomorrow with some more Ace Attorney. And we'll see how far we get tomorrow. And then Thursday, I should be playing Date Everything. I played the demo. I don't think it saves your progress, so we're probably just gonna start over. But yeah, be starting a new playthrough on Thursday. Not saying you're boring, just super sleepy. Oh, no. I don't feel insulted if someone says they fell asleep during a stream. I mean, I do that too. I do that too. It just means that you feel comfortable watching my streams. It's fine. I feel bad sometimes if someone says they were like falling asleep because I scream a lot, you know? I'll be like, what? He waking you up. We're gonna date a whole ass house. Exactly. I'm excited for that. I know people said it was really fun, and I had a good time playing just the demo, so I'm ready. But yeah. Anyway, it's time to get some Z's and go to sleep and rest. But I hope y'all have a great rest of your nights, and I will see y'all next time. There is my social media if you want to follow me anywhere. And yeah. That's it, but thank you so much for being here, y'all. Whether you were lurking or chatting, or you subscribed, or you didn't subscribe, that's fine. I appreciate all of you, and I hope y'all have a great rest of your nights, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.